Your next stop is your success. Stay clear of negative vibes, please.
Hey, you guys. Hola, mi gente. Welcome to Brown Sugar and Sofrito.
Yes, to our first episode for the 3.5 million time.
Hello. I'm Scottie. Yay for Scottie and for
Yes. This is like, y'all don't even know. So,
first of all, what's your name?
oh, I'm Mimi. Hey, guys. Did you say your name?
I sure did, honey. It came after the Sofrito. I'm Scottie.
Yeah. So, yo, funny, before we get started, guys, we literally, sis, have been living in deja vu. We're trying to get this podcast together, trying to get this first episode out. So I just wanted to say that because something just came through me like, that will really make you discouraged. Like how many things can happen. Last night, you guys don't even understand. We recorded a whole episode live together. And where we at now, sis? Where we at? We on Zoom. We on Zoom because the damn thing did not record. No vocals. It was mute. She was this. Mute. So we had to come.
Interpreter. We needed Rihanna's interpreter last night.
We need her to be in there like, what? Hey. But never get discouraged, never stop, because that doesn't mean that something great is probably, straight ahead of you. Yeah? I just felt like I needed to encourage myself with that.
Right, because I need that encouragement, girl. Bye.
What you say? Because you over it? She over it, she over me because it was in my microphone. So, here we go with the first 3.5 of the new episode. And our topic is about beauty. What does beauty mean to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? And all of that stuff.
Okay. So, to me, beauty, I kind of think of beauty in two ways. And I think that most people are going to think of beauty in two ways, as far as inner beauty and outer beauty. So for me, the minute that, I guess it's kind of like superficial, I guess. I don't mean to be superficial. But for me, has to be something beautiful about a person that attracts me to them. The physicality of it.
The aesthetics of it.
Huh?
The aesthetics of it has to be first.
Aesthetics has to be appealing to me so that I can say, oh,
right.
Cute. Or I like their face, or I like their lips, or their eyes, or their hair, or I like the swag. Something about the physicality of it has to draw me in.
Right.
And then you have to be able to get to know the person to see if that beauty that you kind of see on the outside matches with what's in the inside.
Right.
And what's beautiful to me may not be beautiful to you. Right.
Sure.
So we all perceive beauty a little bit differently.
Right.
And that's where I'm at with that. And also, like, well, yeah, that's my perception. But then we also have to think about how beauty is just different throughout different cultures and society and demographics. Like, everyone views beauty differently. So how do you view beauty? Do you first look at the physicality of it all? Or you're like, ooh, they have a
for sure. Like, if I'm in that mindset where I'm, somewhere somebody gets my attention and I think that they're attractive, I think that for me, if I'm physically attracted to somebody, I think, and we can have a discussion with other people about this, because I think if you physically attracted to somebody first, You know, that's the first thing that you see, you know, is the aesthetics. It has to be something that's aesthetics, right? When you first meet somebody, but you first don't meet somebody and go, oh, they look smart, or oh, they're probably funny, or oh, they have a good heart, oh, they may be good inside. Because all of that stuff does constitute beauty, right?
It does.
But you don't get to know that stuff until you get to know them. Then you can say that. But for me, it always seems like when it's in that lane for beauty, it has to be, or for attraction, it has to be, you have to be physically attracted to them somehow, smile, voice, something physical.
But then let's say if you're around your coworkers or around a group of friends, and you may not be attracted to this person at all, but then, you know, you hang out with them more, you're like, yo, this person is dumb cool. Oh, I really like how this person does that. I like how this person thinks. Or this person has a beautiful heart. And there's other things then, if you get to know a person outside of the whole mate thing or whatever, you might actually really be attracted to their insides as opposed to outside.
I agree 100%. I'm just saying, I'm just thinking that to get to that point, you have to, you just have to know them as a friend first. You wasn't even thinking about being, you know, in anything intimate with them. That beauty that you got to know was learned, you know, it was experienced, you know, from getting to know them as a person. But when I'm saying, when you look at somebody, you go, hey now, when you go, hey now, when you go, hey now.
I'm thinking about, you're really thinking about,
they look good. Right, they look good to you somehow. I don't care what it is, somehow they look good. Their eyes, their voice, their swag is something physical.
Something physical first.
You know?
Attractive, unless it's in a friend setting. Other than that, you're not really going to be.
Or in a get to know you setting. Like you could be with them. It could be a coworker. You get to know them. You say, oh, they so dope. You got to know, you know, all about them as a person. You know, a friend, like you said. So, you know, and that type of, you know, once you get to know somebody's insides.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I don't like to be judgmental. But I think we all have a little bit of judgmental on each and every one of us, where sometimes, excuse me, you guys, because I don't know what this little frog. I can't. This little.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm like, it's like both of us.
Yeah, I can't get out of the system. So excuse the frog. I got a whole frog up here.
Right.
But sometimes when I see couples, I'm like, yo, how he bagged that? Or like, yo, how she got him? And then it makes me think, maybe they were actually friends. Maybe they got to know each other first in a different space, that they said, wow, you really have a lot of attributes that I like in a person, and so do you. And then from there develop, because sometimes I'm like, yo, there is no way in hell you looked at that person was like, yo, that's the person. Not that I'm like this drop dead gorgeous person.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But there's some people that you just like, ooh, because I don't find anything attractive. Remember, again, my perception of what I find beautiful or what I find attractive, somebody may look at that person and be like, oh, you with that person?
You know what I just had a thought of, sis? As people develop, as they form, continue to form throughout their lives, their minds grow, their spirituality grows, their mentality grows. Maybe somebody can say, you know what? I'm in the pursuit of, from the beginning, of somebody's mind first. I don't care what they look like, you know. So they just approach somebody
a little different,
not even what aesthetics in the frame of what, you know, what they're after. Do you think that a person can get to that point in their life? I guess, right? It depends on the individual. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What do you think?
I do believe that, but I still can't get past the fact that there has to be something about that person, unless you've known them for a while and you're looking at them with a different eye because you've gotten to know them. But if it's someone that you're trying to date, or someone that kind of catches your eye, or someone that, you know, they might be interested in you and you see them a little differently. I still think that there has to be something. And I'm not talking about finance like a Tyson Bedford or something that you gotta be all chiseled and fine and stuff like that.
Right.
It has to be something that I'm like, ooh.
Right.
And honestly, again, like we said, it doesn't always have to be a look. It could just be that the way they carry themselves is just sexy as hell. Their swag, their energy, how they enter the room could just be
right. That just brings us into right. That just brings us into the other aspects of beauty. It's all not just beauty is such a broad spectrum. Like we put it on this narrow road, you know, when we think of beauty at first, we think, you know, it more times than none, people's mindset goes to the aesthetics, where beauty is music, it's nature, you know, it's art, all that kind of stuff. Say that again.
It's food, because people actually go out and take pictures of food. And sometimes when we go out to eat and we're like, oh, this plate look beautiful.
Right. It's in so much stuff. Yeah.
It's really, really broad what beauty is. But unfortunately, today we are living in a society where beauty have been clouded so much where it's no longer like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? What I think is beautiful, you may not think is beautiful. But right now, society has made it where beauty is equated to perfection. And there's beauty. I feel that there's beauty in flaws.
I was getting ready to say this beauty, man, you read my mind. I was getting ready to say this beauty in imperfection, because there's certain awkward things about people that I just love. You know what I mean? So it's just certain quirks that people have that is just like, oh, that was sexy. Or that was, and somebody else was like, girl, what's wrong with you? But you know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I do. But right now, everything is about having the perfect skin. And who doesn't want perfect skin? Or the perfect hair, or the perfect body. Just everything has to be so perfect. And that's because we're living in this world where social media just really, the media period is really what I feel the world is being driven by. And so everyone is oversaturated with images of what this beauty is supposed to be like, but it's not really beauty. It's you trying to emulate something that's perfect when they're not. And that's why I really like Tyra Banks, because back in the day, she actually took pictures with what she looked like before the pictures were actually touched. Just to show the girls, listen, I have cellulite, but the magazine erased it all. I have these little blemishes and they erased it all. My face really looks like this and they thin me out, or whatever the case may be. So I admire that, because we have so many young people that are being tainted with what society deems as beautiful. And we have young kids now that are wanting to look like these celebrities because they want to be perfect. So we have kids that are very young, high school. Some of my kids' high school friends wearing waist trainers. Like, yo, you 15, 16. Why are you wearing?
Your body is still forming. Like social media, I mean, life itself, just life in general, is being spoon-fed to us even as adults. So just think of children, little children, teenagers that are still forming. Like the brain is still forming until you in your 20s, right? So they're just being spoon-fed. This is what, like, you can have an aesthetic, sis, that you honestly really liked. This was your whole vibe. You wanted to, you like this type of woman, you like this type of man. But you keep seeing this specific type of person that's being processed out, was put out to you like it's on a conveyor belt. You know what I mean? This same person just keeps going around and around. All of a sudden now I like that. Exactly. You don't forget about, you know what I'm saying? Like we are being totally spoon-fed. And when you brought up the thing about well, you didn't say role model, but when you brought up Tyra Banks, it just made me think of that too, because unfortunately a lot of celebrities and people that are personalities think that they're not role models. But my loves, like I said, my baby's like Monique, my baby's auntie. Like you are role models. Like it just comes with the territory. You know what I mean? Like kids look up to, like we were talking about before, kids look up to celebrities more than they look up to their parents. Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like they invest more in what a celebrity is saying about life, about looks, about this, about that, sometimes than they do their own parents. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So you are a role model. You are.
Exactly. And because again, it's like society, again, if you're not perfect, then something is wrong with you, right? And people as young as in their 20s, sometimes in their teens, are already doing plastic surgery. What are your thoughts about plastic surgery? Do you feel that you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't disagree with it, but I think everything needs to be in reason.
Mhm.
And when I say that, unfortunately, people get addicted to the plastic surgery, and so their reasoning is gone. So it's like, it's a whole thing to blame on that. Then it's like the doctors and people that's around you, like, come on, who's saying whoa, who's saying stop, who's like, come on now, what we doing here?
Exactly.
Like, so I don't have a problem with plastic surgery, honey. I thought I want me some liposuction.
Girl, who don't want cute little
Okay?
snatched waist?
I want some liposuction, but and then I have to think, a surgery is what it is. It's a surgery. Do I ever really just want to put myself into something that can possibly cause me some type of harm? Even the most minute surgery, if something can go wrong, right? I don't have a problem with people wanting to make themselves look better if it makes them feel better, not doing it for anybody else and all that type of stuff. If people have some kind of like problems or something like that, but when you just doing it just because everybody, like now, like everybody, like when you look back in history on this decade, you're gonna be like, damn, everybody got the same mama. They all look alike.
Let me tell you, there needs to be a museum for the the bubble booty exhibit. Because, honey, for the 2020, since maybe 20,
Before then,
2020,
that yeah,
2019,
yeah. And, I mean,
bubble
even maybe
booty,
before then, the booties have been a thing for years now, for some years now.
but it's just looking crazy. And
It's
it's just so
crazy,
disproportionate. I mean, if you're going to do it, make it look a little normal. But when your legs are this big and then your booty is, your hips and your butt is this big, yo, you a whole lot of pee.
and I thought like the whole thing was like, you do these enhancements. I'm sorry, I'm so hot. You do these enhancements because you want to look better. Like, and then you're there now. Your butt is like dropped down like a backwards pee. Like,
But a lot of people are regretting it
I'm
now.
so hot, sis.
Oh, Lord Jesus. A lot of people are regretting having those surgeries. And so I definitely applaud those celebrities who have been brave enough to speak about it. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them just because they want to remove it, they're in a different place in
Yeah,
their lives, and others because they actually had like some medical things that have taken place
right.
in their lives that they had to remove these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they are being very transparent with that and sharing with people about, okay, the ups and the downs. Yes, it's cute. Yeah, it may get you a job. Yeah, it may get you some money, whatever the case may be. But honestly, part of beauty is what's beautiful inside of you.
The imperfections.
Yes, your
Right.
imperfections, but also your pride about you, who you are, your
Mm,
confidence, right? Um, what you feel about who you are as an individual, who I am, accepting my flaws, accepting my imperfections, which is the same thing. But
right.
I think that's beautiful when you can be
For
funny and you
sure.
have a great heart. And now, if I wanted to go do lipo, I'll probably do it because I'm so tired of this little fupa. I want to get rid of the fupa.
I don't want her. I don't want her. She's not my
If
friend.
it was something simple as let me put a needle and suck it out, girl, I would have been had my way
Well,
snapped.
why you can't do that? Why do you like a little needle, like a
A
needle?
little needle just to suck it out.
You push it in there, right? And then you just squeeze it, and then some stuff come out. Why we don't have
Yes.
it?
I don't understand why you can't do that. I do that. It's honestly not because of society, because that's the norm.
Right.
I've always wanted to have a 6-pack. When I was younger, I had a little cute little 4-pack, and then my weight fluctuates. So maybe by the summer, I might have another 2-pack or a 4-pack. It all depends. But I do that more so for me because I like my clothes to lay a certain way for me to be comfortable in certain things, not because I'm insecure about myself or about my body, but there's something about everybody. Nobody can tell me, oh, I love everything. No, there's something about yourself that you're like, oh, if I could just tweak this, but it doesn't mean that you're insecure. It doesn't mean that you don't love yourself, right? And some people who do these plastic surgeries and they are addicted to it, honestly, you can't really love yourself. Because I feel like, especially celebrities, I admire a celebrity who sticks to who they are, right? And it's okay if we do a little something here, a little something there. But some just go extreme, and they go extreme because they still want to be accepted by society. They still want to be the it person, right? They want to compete. Right? They want to compete. And we talked about the competing part. It's okay to be your age. It's okay to show aging gracefully.
Yeah,
if
first of all,
then whatever, but still.
Right. You like somebody in your 40s, like we were talking about, in your 40s and 50s, your competition is not the girl who's in her 20s. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. Like, leave it alone. Let it go. I don't care how good you look. You're not in the lane with a young woman who's in her 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's space for you to do what you do. You had your, time like that when you were in your 20s, and you were that girl. Beauty is going to be fleeting, and then other things are going to be enhanced. That's why I think the whole process is beautiful. Like, it's going to be other things that's going to be enhanced, that's going to be beautiful in you. Like your experience and your wisdom, your strength, and all of these things now are going to show their beauty more, because now your beauty is a little fleeting, because you're still a beautiful person, but you don't have, like how you were when you were younger. We all gonna doing it. We all gonna have those things where we're gonna be like, oh, I want this to be like this again. You looking, but
of course we all do that, and that's normal.
It's so normal. But even just saying that, I'm just thinking about it. Like, that's why when you talk to an older person, sometimes you're just like, that when you walk away from them, you just feel filled. Like, because you got some wisdom from them. That was beautiful. That was dope. I just got this from this person, and I'm all for that now. Like, getting insight, getting experience, getting nurtured by somebody. I can really see what people like. I don't even care about looks no more. Like, I need that.
Exactly. And also, like, it's not always the appearance that's going to stick with you, but rather how the person treats you. It's about that's going to linger and stay with you forever, right? That person could be drop dead gorgeous and treat you like crap. Could be the person that beats you. Oh, because they're cute, you're going to be like, ooh, whatever. Or, you know what I mean?
I know.
I can't leave him. No.
Right.
Listen, everything. It's really about how people treat you. And I think that once people mature and reach a certain age and a certain level of maturity, I don't want to really use age, because there are people who are young that are very, very wise for their age. So I think that once you mature, you realize that it's not all about the looks. Yeah, you want to be able to wake up next to someone who doesn't want to wake up to somebody that you're like feel attracted to. Whether it's the eyes, the lips, or whatever. You don't want to wake up to somebody you're like, oh, you got to be able to like
Not,
Your face again? Can you roll over? Like,
not roll over.
roll over.
Look that way. Yo. Oh my God.
2030 and COVID has passed, but you still don't want to wear your mask? You sure you don't want to wear your
Right. Don't you need a mask?
But no. So
Yeah.
obviously there's still going to be that beauty again.
For
But
sure.
it's really how people treat you that really is a long lasting impression, as opposed to how beautiful they are. Really think of all the people that you've come across, positive interactions, negative interactions.
Right.
Even remember if these people were drop dead gorgeous or fine as fuck. No, you're remembering this person was really, really nice to me, or this person was like stink, you know? And then also with beauty, it's kind of hard to like not really be into beauty again because of the media, the times that we're living in now. And makeup is a freaking $1 billion industry. So beauty is really saturated everywhere. But if people just realize, yo, I could just contour to get those cheeks that I want. Or if I want my eyes to be a certain shape, I could just put the makeup to shape it that way. Like there's so many different avenues that you can take to kind of change your look up without changing it up permanently.
You know, that's just wanting to be in that perfection state 360, you know, all day long. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand that mentality. And I'm glad that I don't, you know what I mean? To want to have to be dolled up like that all the time. Do you know what the pressure must be on that? To have to be like that all the time. Like it's exhausting, yo. When I come in the house, I want to take off if I have on makeup. Like I don't even wear makeup like that, but when I do, like I want to take it off. When you take it off your face, you just feel like, whew. Yes. Like your face feels lighter. You feel like, and don't get me wrong, I love putting on because I love me some lipstick. Like I love lipstick. I love lashes and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, when it's just so much of it every day, so trying to keep that perfection up every day, that's a job.
But however, if Fenty or Mac want to reach out, guess what? We will keep it up every day just for you guys.
With your beautiful Fenty face on.
Yes, honey.
You know what it's exhausting. Like
it is. I have to say that it is.
Yeah, I mean, I happen to, excuse me, I happen to just love like that kind of stuff is just like second nature to me. Like it's not something where I have to be like trying real hard. I want to, you know, to do this or to do that. But when you have to be like getting up every day and saying, oh, I got to do this, or your hair got to be like this, and people are doing cameras and they looking at you like this, and I can see where that could be a lot of pressure, and they do those types of things in that arena. But then you have the people that are like us, everyday people that are going to work, teaching people, doing this, you know, administrative stuff. Like, you know, we don't. What are you getting all this stuff, plastic surgery done for? Like,
I don't. Yeah, and that's what
now we're looking. That's because now we're trying to look like them too. Because, like I said, it's the conveyor line. It's just being put out to you. Like, yes, some people do want to have plastic surgery just because they want to enhance themselves. But you know, we're looking at this stuff that's on our feeds, on our TV every day. Every day, you see it. It's not a day goes by you don't see something about that. Every day.
But at one point, it's like being thick. That was not, ooh, you thick. Yeah,
right.
Little skinny little thing, right? And now everyone wanted to be these skinny little, these twigs. It's like they wanted to be twigs, right? And now everyone that was a twig now wants to be nice, cute and thickums with the snatch waist. And now leading back towards being a twig, because you know you always have people that it's almost like who decides on what beauty looks like, right? decides on what beauty looks like for 2023. And it's really the celebrities. If this year they feel that red hair is it, you know how many people are going to go out there and get red hair?
For sure.
Girl, I'm not even going to lie, because sometimes, like a girl like Megan Good, if she cuts her hair, I love what she does with her hair all the time. And so when I'm in that phase of, oh, I want to cut my hair, I look at pictures at Megan. So when I cut my hair as a little bob, I was like, oh, Megan, she's rocking that
But
stuff.
I don't. But there's nothing wrong with being. I'm sorry, sis. It's nothing wrong with being influenced. You know, we all influenced about you influenced about walking out the door. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's when we try to live up to this life that we see on TV or here. I'm talking about that everyday person. Even them. I mean, it's just not normal. Like, that should not be the goal that you're trying to go for, because they're not even really keeping it up. It's half the shit that they doing is not, as you know what I'm saying, it's not real. So
Exactly.
what are we doing here?
And we're always trying to keep up with the Joneses, whether it's fashion, whether it's obviously designer stuff, to all this official stuff. We this generation, this time that we're living in right now, everyone wants to give this perception of who they really aren't. And it's like, are you happy with yourself? Because, you know, we like to try to be cute. We like to be cute, right? I like my makeup. It just makes me feel like, gives you a little bit of confidence. It makes you feel good. And you want people to see, okay, this person likes to look a certain way, but that's because I just like fashion. I like makeup. I like certain things, right? So I don't do it because I'm trying to be someone. I do it because I like how it makes me feel, and
right.
I lack any confidence, because that's not the case. But it's something about when you're done up, it just makes you like, oh, you know what I mean? And I
it's
think
like when you put on certain things.
Like,
yeah. When you put on certain things, your hair's done a certain way. And it's not just women, it's men as well. You know,
too, honey. That's right.
Your strut is different. You know, when you have on different clothes, like when I wear a baseball cap, I feel more, you know, like laid back and all that kind of stuff. But if I put, even in hats, if I put on a fedora, I feel more, you know, because this is more like, you know, yeah. So clothes make you feel a certain way, but that brings me to another aspect of beauty, was smells. You know what I mean? Like, smells is just like, oh, that's beautiful too. Like,
beautiful. Oh, you smell so beautiful.
I've smelled so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That scent is beautiful. And I like that you brought up men, because every time we think of beauty, people automatically go to women.
Right.
They associate beauty with a feminine thing. But no, there are men out there doing their little lipo.
Yeah.
I know we had talked about Kanye West, that he, you know,
I didn't even know that at first. Yeah.
That he did because he felt the pressure to look a certain way.
Right.
And so he fell victim to that. And again, if you're going to do it for yourself because you're like, oh, I just want to do this for me, that's okay. But there's some people who really suffer from body dysmorphia, where they see themselves,
right,
but they really aren't big. And so they do all this dieting, all this exercise, and all these plastic surgeries to enhance the beauty. And I think that's when we see people with these exaggerated looks and these exaggerated features, because they keep having plastic surgery after plastic surgery. And you have to fix with what's within for you to love what you're seeing on the outside.
So do you think that even people who have because I see now even people that already have large butts, you know what I'm saying, big boobs, they're still getting butt implants, they're still getting booty lifts, they're still getting big boobs done. So do you think that that's part of a body dysmorphia too, what they're just seeing that they just need more when you already have?
I kind of believe that.
What do you think?
I kind of believe that, because it's like, how do you not notice that your junk is that freaking ginormous and
Right.
you're gonna keep enhancing. Or with the boobs, like why do you need like triple Z titties?
Girl,
Like your stuff literally reach your ankles. How do you function?
I don't get it because you know how I feel about that. I'm just like, because
No,
that's it's not a game.
it's
It's not a
not. And
game.
unless you're like in an industry where it requires you make your money based on the
With
size
your
of
boobs,
your
right?
boobs. For you just to have the boobs like that off a GP, that concerns me. It makes me
Yeah,
think
I'm thinking that maybe all of that falls under like some umbrella of
of the body
body dysmorphia.
dysmorphia,
You
right?
know?
But I
Yeah,
really do believe it's a lot of psychological, not for everyone, but for people who do things that's pretty extreme. There's
yeah,
something about
the extreme ones. Yeah.
inside of you that you're not comfortable with. And honestly,
Mhm.
all the plastic surgery in the world isn't going to make you love yourself. It's going to
Mhm.
make other people look at you a certain way, but you got to be happy with who you are inside, like the person you
Mhm.
see in the mirror every day, you know?
Mhm. Do
Um,
you? Let me ask you a question. I'm kind of like going off the road of that a little bit. I mean, still beauty, but do you still have like a type?
um, okay. I'm taking too long to answer. All time. I do have a type.
Yeah.
I do have a type.
Uh-huh.
Um, Lord Jesus. I remember when I was probably in my young and in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
I had to be light skinned with some coolie hair.
What
And
you
then I
think?
was like, hold up, no, I need him to be chocolate with
Mm.
hair. Then I was into
Right.
that. Um, but honestly, for me, it's really, of course, your face, you got to be cute. I'm sorry. Call me superficial, call me whatever you want to call me. But there has to be, you have to be cute to me. There has to be a cuteness to you. Even if I'm
Right.
the one that finds you cute, I got to find you
Well,
cute.
oh,
I got to
yeah. I
find
mean,
you.
yeah.
But my type is, and I think you know this, you gotta have swag to you, yo.
Facts.
You gotta be
Yeah.
able to throw
But
on
what
earrings.
let's unravel that a little bit. What
You
does
gotta
that
be able
mean?
to throw
What,
on the fitted.
what does that mean, swag?
It's for me, it's the earrings. You gotta have earrings. You gotta have two earrings.
Two
You
earrings.
gotta
What
be
you
able to
say?
have that fitted. You gotta be able to own some Timbs. You gotta have like a Woolrich type of coat in the winter with the big fur, with the coat that you just yeah. But then you gotta be able to just throw on the shoes with some jeans, some cute little shoes with some jeans, with a little blazer or cute little motorcycle jacket or something. Like you gotta have some type of something that's like,
You
ooh,
so swag to you is being able to be, on both sides of the spectrum, to be able to be the man that can be still like in the hood, and the man that can still go like to the Christmas, you could bring to the Christmas party.
yes, babe. I need you to be able to switch that up for me
Yeah. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
still love my Timbs with my fitted, some
Mhm.
sweats. Like I
Yeah.
find that attractive, and I guess because that's
You
what
from
I walk
New
around.
York.
And I'm from New York, and you can't be from New York and not like a dude with the Timbs and the fitted. What kind of New Yorker are you if you don't rock the
What
fitted?
kind of damn New Yorker are you? I agree with you on those things, but I am so into people. I'm able to learn something from somebody now. That is just like hella sexy to me. Like
Hmm.
somebody that can teach you something. Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, you want somebody that can wear different hats. Like, for swag, for me, it's definitely energy, and it's definitely how somebody carries themselves.
Mhm.
Um, like that. Oh, you know what I just thought?
Damn, I'm hot right now, girl. Bye.
That I'm thinking. I guess that is something aesthetics too. It's a walk, it's a vibe, it's a strut aesthetics, because you could be attracted to somebody off the bat, off the jump, without it being something. like they look so handsome or something like that. Their
Yes,
energy,
the energy that they exude, girl, how they walk in the room and could command the room just by their walk in, and
right,
their whole energy shifts. Yes,
right. As
both
I put on the hat to get into it, wait.
yes. So yes, that's the physicality, of course, is like the whole gear and stuff like that. But at
Yeah.
this age, of course, I need your mind. I need to be able to honestly, I want to be able to talk to you all street and get and gritty when I want to be talking my little slang or whatever. And then I want to be able to sit down and have a civilized, intellectual conversation with you about the politics, about the world, about how I'm feeling, about the direction of the world or whatever. So I want to be able to have both. I want to be able to have both worlds that because I know how to go in and out, I need my individual to be able to do exactly the same thing. And I find that sexy that you can talk or whatever, be a certain way with me, New Yorkin, right?
Mhm.
And I know it's New Yorker, you people, but right now we're saying New Yorkin. and and just also be sophisticated. I find that so sexy that you know how to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off that a little bit, I think that too, and being able to feel comfortable in being in different rooms, being able to feel comfortable and meeting different people. Like sometimes we feel threatened by people's positions, by their culture, by different things like that, and I love a man that's not into girl. What
A
is
man that we both
it? Bitch, I'm high.
Me too.
Damn it.
Woo! Ain't no air coming into this damn
Ain't
window.
no air. Ain't no air, honey. Yeah, so to be able to be captivating like that, to be that man that's sure of himself, that doesn't feel uncomfortable about talking about different things, learning, even that's sexy. Like you have the ability to receive, to be you know what I mean? That's dope.
Find that
So
beautiful as well. And so, as we mentioned, beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is so broad; it all depends on who you talk to. The
right.
demographic, everything, all of that plays a factor.
But
So,
wait, before we
I
go,
still got questions for you before we
here
go.
we go. Ah! Okay, because I was getting ready to say, okay, you still got questions. Well, hit me with them. Hit me
Okay,
with
so I wanted to ask you. So, how often do you think about beauty? Do you think about beauty often?
absolutely. I mean, if I would have to be honest with myself, I would probably have to say that I would think about beauty every day, right? We get up, we go to work,
We
we
smell
have to,
good.
right, we
Even
have to
putting
look a
lotion
certain
on your face is beauty. You don't want to go outside looking ashy.
right, and we have to go to work. We have to look a certain way. Like I
Yeah.
work in corporate, like you work in this school system. You have to we have to present ourselves a certain way. Like we don't have to we can't just go out and look any old kind of way.
Exactly.
And then I wouldn't want to. That's just not me as a person. I have nothing to say about the girl who wants to go outside and just wants to pull her hair back or throw some cornrows on or throw on her baseball cap with no lipstick, no earrings, or nothing. And she wants to do that. That's just not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think probably if I'm being honest with myself and every day, because when I get up, I have to do these things.
I think about it every day just because, you want to be cute for your boo.
Ah, yeah,
I know. So,
no comments.
here's another question. Hello. What are the most important features when you're determining someone's beauty? What's that feature that you
Mm.
feel is like, oh, that's beautiful on that person? Is there a feature there's a go-to feature for you?
No, you know what it is for me? Like, I can't say that it is. I mean, I'm big on smiles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm big on like that stuff that's exuding from the inside out. Like, I really think that can be captured You can see that on the outside of somebody. That now the person who I am, like I could see that when I was a little younger, I couldn't see that. Like I was a little bit more superficial. My mom wasn't informing the
Mhm.
way it is now. I can actually see a person's beauty from the inside on the outside now. You know, just from them, like their smile or like how they
Yeah,
carry
you
themselves.
really, really
You know what
can.
I mean? How they yeah, all that kind of stuff. How they come up to you, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can find beauty. I can find beauty in that. But I'm big on smiles and teeth.
Smiles and teeth. Yeah, you gotta have some pretty teeth. They gotta be
Yeah.
decent.
And I like a man with a
At least
walk.
be together. Like they at least gotta be in position where they're supposed to be.
Right? You know what I mean?
Gotta be
I like
together.
a man with a walk. I like a walk. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I like a walk.
Mhm.
I like a walk.
Look.
I like a walk.
Okay. And my last question for you is how would the world be different if we never
Hmm.
considered beauty?
How would the world be different? It would be more even playing field, right? It'll be, I think, more fair
Mhm.
because I mean, it is what it is. The world judges people on beauty. You get things because you're pretty. You get into places because you look a certain way. You get jobs because you look a certain way. People do things for you because you look a certain way. That was all. If that was not the case, that was taken off the table. You know, then it'd be a little bit more even playing field with things.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And people have to really look past, and people, meaning even myself,
Yeah,
world has defined beauty to be because there's really beauty in everything. And when you really, really think about people or the people that you know, you can really look past the superficial part and see the beauty that's inside.
I
And again,
really
it's
can.
so
Yeah,
far more important than the physicality of it all. Because everybody
yeah.
can put on makeup and look cute, right? I mean, you see,
Yo, you see these makeup tutorials they be doing sometimes. I'm like, I sent you one today. Come on now, it's unreal. Like you like that's not the same person.
it look like a whole another
No,
person.
but how does yo? We can stay on here for forever. We're gonna have to do this again.
Yo, you
Yo,
remember
how
that?
does that?
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
How does that work? No, like
I don't know.
so you meet somebody.
Mm.
This is your, you know, you're going out with them. You guys are now getting comfortable with each other. I mean, what is that? Like, how does that work?
Let me tell you, I I don't know how to put on makeup to look like a whole different person. When I take off my makeup, I look exactly the same, except you might see a blemish here from me picking, right?
And you're
For
gonna
the
see
most part, I
you're
look
gonna see maybe not such a evenness
even
or
though, but
but
I'm
I mean
gonna look like me.
I don't right I don't put like I can wipe like I think it's
Yeah.
too much like yo it be no legit they be different people like
A whole nother individual. You remember that episode from Fresh Prince back in the day when he was stuck in the elevator? Was it with Kim Fields?
no Tisha Campbell when they was in the thing
Tisha Campbell. She was like, okay, click, 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 click. Took out her eyes.
but that was nothing compared to now like they do wow did you see that one I sent you I mean it's crazy but okay because we're gonna go off on a tangent on that one.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So we're gonna have so because you know we had to do this deja vu thing with this taping and keep doing it over because we had been having problems, but we persevered, didn't we, sis? But so part of the show is gonna be like we're gonna have more guests, you know, try to talk about different topics and all that stuff. But part of the show is gonna be too, we're gonna have some off the cuff things, some rapid fire things. So I got 3 rapid fire questions.
Oh, now a Negro?
Yes,
Sorry,
I do.
brown sugar?
I got 3 rapid questions that I would like to ask of you. Okay? Now tell me, are you a member of the Mile High Club?
Oh, Lord, child, I'm not, but I would love to before I leave this earth.
Would you like to be?
Before I leave this earth, yes, ma'am.
And I'll take it upon myself to answer the question. No, I am not, and I agree with you. I would like to be. Okay, let's go. If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Which lies with anyone, who would it be?
Just one day.
Day. Um, I don't know. Okay, so maybe like a back in the day, I would have
Okay.
a back. I'm gonna go to a back in the day because I don't know what their life looks like now, but of course, I always wanted to be like the first Latina, Afro Latina rapper and stuff.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
I'll probably do like a Queen Latifah, a MC
Okay.
Lyte, just to like be able to tour that whole that women's movement, the Moni Loves, even like the TLCs,
Yeah. So
Sierra.
you would want to experience that life of one of those celebrities if you could.
Yeah, because back then it wasn't all the superficial things. Yo, I could just come on stage with the pair of jabots, with the little some boots, you know what I'm saying? Some Timbs, a hat, and just like do your thing and have fun and tour and be around that scene for a day. I would have loved in that era, in that 90s era.
Right. Right.
Mary
Okay.
J. Blige in that era would be cool.
Right. Okay.
All the fun part of everything, though, guys.
Right. Okay. What was my last one? Let's see.
That was a tough one.
Oh, who is someone that you think is beautiful and why? Let's end with a question on beauty since we're talking about beauty.
Dan, Gina. That's a hard one because there's so many people that I find beautiful.
Okay,
And
just so
reasons.
okay, so out of all those people, who is one of the people that you think is beautiful and why?
I'm gonna say this might be the politically correct answer. My mama.
I no, because I was going to answer the question and I'll keep who I was going to say in a.
So I'm, I have. That's why I say I have so many people, but well, my mom, for obvious reasons, that you think that she's beautiful. That I would think that she's such a beautiful person, just the things that she's always done for me, and the things that she continues to do for me at this age right now.
Right.
I see her do. But I think I'm going to go with my daughter because I've seen such a transformation in her.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the direction that her life is headed. And it's beautiful to see the transformation for me. It's almost like a butterfly, right? And I'm seeing that transformation take place. And I think that it's so beautiful to see where she's at, where she was, and where she's at. And she wasn't like this lost child, but it's just the whole teenagers, you can't stand them. You're like, are they ever going to be my babies again?
I told you it was going to be okay.
Right? And I'm seeing the transformation, and the sky's the limit for her. And I love how beautiful her life is right now and what God is doing in her life. And I'm in complete awe of how she thinks, of her mind, and how she's moving.
I agree 1,000% with what you said. Actually, and I'm not saying this because we here, doing this. That was going to be my answer for both of them. If I could be somebody for one day, the reason why I say I would want to be my daughter for one day is because but I wish I could have been her when she was a teenager, just so I can be in her mind to see what she was feeling and experiencing from me. So for this one day, I would wanted to have experienced that and then been able to come back to myself and be a better mom.
You are insightful. I'm like, I want to be Queen Latifah. MC like I want to be my daughter so I could just be so.
You got a little disadvantage though when you have the questions and you ask the questions because you kind of have in your head what you want say, and I was just trying to think of it like outside of the norms of what people would say to those questions.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would really like to know, like, because I did so many things that were wrong. Because your first kid, and I only have one kid, is your learning. That's your learning person. You know what I mean? So they always make you a better parent. So I would have loved to have been able to be in her skin for one day, so she could be like, you know, I can feel what she's thinking and what I'm doing wrong and what she's feeling from me and all that kind of stuff like that. And like what you were saying with Jay, now I feel the same way with Maya. I just told you about this. I kind of got to pull back from what I'm going to say. Um, I just think she's so dope. Like as a person now, like what it was with me and Maya, and but the person that she is now is just like,
She is dope.
she's just continually always on the path that she's supposed to be on. She's always, even when she's not on the path, she's on it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And doing things and just being under the radar with it, and not getting, and I just want to be able to celebrate her now for that, and let people know. So that's what I would say, my daughter.
Aww, that's cute.
That's cute stuff. Yeah. So I like that. I thought this was. We may have to continue this because I would love to hear other people's
I
perspectives.
would love, me too.
Yeah.
I would love to hear the male's perspective on beauty.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to pick the brain and just listen to. So, if any guys out there are interested and want to be a part of our panel,
Yeah. Please, and leave a comment and all that stuff. Subscribe.
and
You know?
like, because we want to get
share.
1,000 followers.
Yeah, we want to reach more people, and and we want to bring more content, and we need your help.
Yeah, and look out because we have.
And we would just like your feedback.
Yes.
Yeah. So until the next time, girlie.
On brown sugar
And
so.
I love it. Okay. Bye.
Bye.